Navigating the New Age of Innovation. Well, joining us to speak about that today, Andy Chatha, President, ARC Advisory Group. Andy, welcome.
Great to be here.
Andy, in the keynote, you said that the world is changing around us. That's a rather bold statement, rather broad statement. Let's kind of narrow that down. Let's spotlight that right now. What did you mean by that?
Russell, the world is changing very fast, in fact, around us. When you really look at industry after industry, for example, we have recently witnessed SpaceX and Blue Origin rockets go up and bring the rockets back, and we have all kinds of drones out there that are changing the aerospace industry. Car industry is totally being turned upside down by, likes of Tesla and Google and so forth. And look, the fracking companies, what they have done to the oil industry, now we have oil less than $30 a barrel. The same thing goes with the electric power generation industry. For example, all these clean energy companies, solar farms and wind farms, we are seeing obviously the likes of Uber are changing, transportation and so forth. So industry after industry is being turned upside down, by there are so many new innovative companies, and in most cases actually, outside the industry, new companies are changing these very established industries and so forth. So if anything, we are seeing that the momentum is actually, the change is really gaining momentum. We are going to see more and more acceleration of this change.
Well, indeed, the world is changing, and there seems to be a great deal of innovation. At the top of the interview, we said the theme for our talk today was navigating the new age of innovation. Well, that, of course, is built upon the title of the forum this year. Why did you choose that as the title? What did you mean by that?
Well, as we talked about, there is so much change happening around us. We are seeing actually newer companies. In fact, actually this year at the forum, 1/3 of the attendees are new to the forum. So many new companies we have here, and I would say it's more than probably at least in the last decade. So we are seeing there are many new companies, and they are innovating new solutions for our industries. And our industry, in fact, actually, our message is that companies got to change. You got to transform. What we are saying, in fact, actually, digital transformation. And even though some of the industries traditionally have not changed, oil and gas, certainly it changed by the fracking, but when you go downstream to the refineries and chemical plants, a lot of them haven't changed for decades. So we are seeing that, that even these process plants have to transform themselves. In fact, most of the plants, chemical plants, refineries in this country are over 20 years old. Most of the assets in these plants are even older. So a lot of the equipment and the assets in these plants are aging. That means with their performance is downgrading, they are prone to more failures. And the challenge for companies is because, they're very difficult to upgrade. When you want to upgrade the technology, it's not easy to upgrade these plants. So it is what we are saying right now, we really need a whole new generation of technologies, open systems, the systems that actually, in fact, increasingly more and more automation is coming with the equipment, and now you got to integrate all of these pieces of equipment. So we need open systems. So all of this change is going on. Companies really need a lot of guidance. And that's where forums like ours really help companies to really learn from their peers in the industry and come up with the solutions for the future.
I'm delighted that you mentioned open systems, because I'll tell you, as I have been walking around the forum, speaking with people, the buzz that I'm hearing is about open automation systems. And I know you must be hearing the same thing. So let's talk about that. Why is that?
Russell, at actually ARC, we have been talking about open systems for at least the last 15 years. We have done a lot of research in this area, and we have been talking about this. But the challenge is always actually moving to open systems is not an easy thing, and it's a challenge. It takes a lot of resources. But an interesting thing happened actually last month, 3 weeks ago. ExxonMobil did a press release. They awarded a contract to Lockheed Martin, and as part of this contract, they are funding a project to develop a proof of concept for open systems. So now we have one major company in this country. They are in fact actually funding the development of open systems. And we have actually in the entire ExxonMobil and Lockheed Martin team here, and they actually were on the stage with us to explain what their vision of open systems is. So we, all of us, in fact, we feel that our whole industry can benefit from open systems going forward, and I'm hoping that this project leads to open systems for our industry.
Actually, you and I have spoken about open automation systems and their importance, and it seems to me you may have summed it up in 2 words: smart machines. Elaborate on that, if you would.
Yes. Obviously, we are seeing, we have smart cars or autonomous cars coming very soon. But the same way, in fact, actually, when you come to think about it, in the plants, we have more and more smart pumps and smart compressors, all the equipment companies, in fact, just like a smart car, autonomous car, all increasing actually a number of companies are adding smarts to their machinery. And these machines are becoming much smarter. And I even want to mention, in fact, the reason right now the hardest thing on the market, in fact, is what you call machine learning. And what machine learning, all of us, we have heard about, IBM Watson, the reigning champ in Jeopardy and chess. And we have heard about, Google car driving around the roads in California. And what they are really doing is every day every that the car drives, it becomes smarter. That means these machines are learning and they get better every day they operate. And I mean, that's a enormous improvement over what we have today in plants. And existing machinery, it starts to degrade, performance starts to go down, whereas in the future we are talking about smart machines. In fact, will start becoming better and better as they actually perform, as they run. So we are going to have a lot of smart machines in the future.
Andy, when we talk about innovation, one of the things that occurs to me is disruptive business models. Well, let me not put words in your mouth. Let me ask you this final question. In terms of a takeaway for the attendees at this year's forum, what would you say would be the greatest thing that they might take with them?
Well, I had attendees think for a minute. I said, think about in the future, you have machines that are going to get better every day they operate. Compare that what you have in your plants. The existing machinery you have, unfortunately, its performance degrades. You got to start thinking, how are you going to compete against these smart machines in the future? And we need to, as an industry, as a country, I believe that we need to start transforming more and more of our plants with not only just smart machinery, but also smart people. And we need to also start giving the right tools to our people. Essentially in the future, we will have these plant operators who will wear maybe these smart helmets, And they can, with augmented reality, they can in fact actually see what's going on in the plant, doesn't matter where they are. So in the end, I gave actually 5 pointers to actually for the innovative companies. Companies have to become, first of all, much more customer-centric. Increasingly like automotive companies they are monitoring our cars now because cars are connected to the internet and they can monitor. So essentially, companies have to start building the relationship with their customers over the life cycle of the product. Number 2, companies have to focus on collaboration. Collaboration is the key going forward because no company can do it all by themselves. They have to start collaborating internally as well as with their partners. Third, they need actually a lot of resources in IT, OT, and engineering resources. They got to start integrating actually their IT and OT organizations. The IT-OT convergence got to happen. The fourth one is companies have to start innovating. They have to start actually thinking about new business models, how they can change their business model as they're going forward. And the fifth one, they have to actually really start changing their culture. They cannot innovate. They really have to start creating a whole new culture in their organizations.
Andy, you just gave us a 5-step roadmap for companies going forward. That is very valuable information. Thank you.
Russell, it's great being with you today.
It's Andy Chatha, ARC Advisory Group, and speaking with us today about navigating the new age of innovation. Thank you for watching.